Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. So I had some people saying, we want to know how you make your pan-fried catfish or catfish bites. Now I've already thawed this catfish out. I blotted it good and dry with a paper towel, as dry as I can. I'm going to take and just cut this up to smaller pieces. I mean, you can go as big as you want, but smaller pieces will just cook faster. They hold a little more breading. So I like to just take and just cut them up into like some nice little manageable pieces, like so. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is set this off to the side here. Do this. Now we're gonna take and crack us an egg. Do that. I'm gonna get a whisk. We need a whisk. Now I'm gonna put some salt. And I like my stuff salty, so I'm going to add quite a bit of salt for this one egg there. But you can salt it to your taste. I'm going to put a little dash of pepper in there. I'm going to put some garlic powder in there. Now, all of these other seasonings other than the salt are optional. If you're a pure carnivore and you don't believe in seasonings, by all means, it will taste just fine without them. I've made it that way. Put a little garlic in there. And I like to kick it up just a little bit. Some red cayenne, just a little bit of it. There we go. Now I'm just going to take and beat this egg in here really good. Now we're going to take our catfish chunks and we're going to put those in here. And just kind of mix them around, get them all good and coated with the egg. I'll set this over here and let it soak. What I'm going to use for my crust is pork rinds. You want to check your pork rinds and make sure they just have pork and salt. They don't have a bunch of preservatives and other crap in them. These just have pork and salt. And then you'll take them, you'll put them in a plastic bag like this one. And I use my rolling pin and just mash them up. You know, really good until it's like a fine powder. You can also buy pork panko like on Amazon, which are crushed up pork rinds, but they want like $11 for a little jar of it. I'm not paying that kind of money. So now we'll take and put our crushed up pork rinds in the bowl. Like so. You can see those. Okay. Now, we're just going to take our catfish and mix it a final time, right? And then we're going to dip it in there and we're going to put it on the stove. So we just dip it in the pork rinds, try to get a good coating on them, and then put it in the grease. For this grease, I'm using hot lard. You can use beef tallow, ghee, whatever you want. I just have some lard, so I'm using that. And you just coat them and drop them in there. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit and we'll let that cook, and then I'll be back to turn them. Okay, so now we're just ready to turn these. And just carefully and gently turn them over. Get them to start cooking on the other. There we go. Now I'll crank them on up towards high. Get some good heat in them to get them finished off here. And I always put the lid on there to help hold in the heat. Alright, should be about done. Oh yeah. So all in total, that was about 5 to 6 minutes of cooking time. You'll have to go bigger if you have bigger chunks of catfish. You have to go longer, I mean. Now this grease will have some pork rinds left over in it. I will take and just strain this through a colander with a paper towel and let all the pork rinds go out of it. I'll use that grease 3 or 4 more times. But right now we'll do this. Now, here's our fried catfish. And I'm going to show you how I make my tartar sauce. Alright, what I have here is my green tomato relish. This actually does have a little sugar in it, but I don't put as much as the recipe calls for, anywhere near that much. But we're just going to use like a spoonful of that. And this is my ketogenic mayonnaise that I'm about out of. I have to make some more, but I have enough for this time. So this is made with avocado oil, eggs, and some spices, and some vinegar. But again, if you're per carnivore, you probably won't want to do this. Get as much of this as I can out of here. Okay. That's good mayonnaise. Now we'll take, I just put a spoonful of my green tomato relish in there. That's probably about, that's less than 10 grams of sugars. So it is keto, but not pure carnivore. It is so good. And next time I make green tomato relish, I'll do a video on that, but really you can just use some like dill, pickle relish, and a few little chunks of onion, make a good tartar sauce too. Alright, so now we're ready to eat. Alright, so we have our catfish nuggets, and we'll just take and we'll dip that in some tartar sauce. It's so divine. That is good stuff. Good for you. All right, I'm going to eat. All right, so catfish is really good for you, whether it's farm raised or wild. But catfish is one of those fish that actually might be a little bit better for you if it is farm raised, because it'll be higher in omega-3s, and it will have more vitamin B12 in it. So this is really good. It's very filling. I don't get hungry again for like a whole day after I eat. I'm just not interested in food. I mean, I'm not like disgusted by food. I'm just not interested. I'm just like, oh, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat. Nope. You know, all night long. Like where I used to be like, oh, I want some snacks. Not when I eat catfish. It's very good. It makes me feel very good. It makes me feel very full, feel very satisfied. So it's been on sale at the store, and I just been buying it like crazy. It's cheap. It's like $1.99 a pound, and it's good. And you can dip it in the pork rind crust. It's got that nice crunchy texture, kind of like a chicken nugget. And I use pork rind crust for a lot of things. I make like chicken nuggets from chicken thighs and all kinds of stuff. So I say give this dish a try. And if you're a pure carnivore, you know, you probably won't want to do the spices that I used or the tartar sauce, but it's still really good. It's still really good. And if you are okay with some spices, you know, everybody differs on that. That's fine. And, you know, I'd like to say that, like, bears and lions, they eat fish too, right? Like, so if you're on the lion diet, lions eat fish. My cats love fish, you know? So, doesn't just have to be beef. You can add some fish to it, most likely. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.